Hey guys, in my last video, I did a few problems from this worksheet, and I made a mistake, and I need to fix it so that you guys don't get the wrong idea. So I kind of like started the right way, but then I made a mistake, and I'm gonna do this one out for you, and then I'll point out where the mistake was, just so you don't, so you understand what I did wrong. Okay, so this is on number 18, and the first idea here is that we need the volume of a cone, which is 1/3 pi r squared h. Okay. Now the pieces that we don't have is basically r. So h we know is 10 inches. That's the height of that cone measured perpendicularly to the base. Okay. Now radius is where we're at. So I need a little bit of room for this one, so I'm going to kind of come over here and just talk about the radius for this for a second. So kind of drawing this out here, what I have is a 48-degree angle. I have this side here, and then I want to find the radius, which would be right here, right, this guy. So using trig ratios, I'm going to use tangent here to find out the missing side. The reason why I know that is if I circle the reference angle and I label all the sides of the triangle in reference to that angle, I know that if I draw a straight line through that angle, that's going to point to the opposite side. This is the hypotenuse side right here, and this is the adjacent side. Okay, so notice I have opposite and adjacent, which means I'm going to use tangent. So remember SOHCAHTOA, opposite and adjacent, we're looking at tangent. Okay, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, and cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So we're using tangent on this one, and our relationship here is the tangent of that 48-degree angle is going to be equal to the opposite over the adjacent. Okay, so when you solve for r, you're going to multiply both sides by r. Okay, that'll get rid of that. And then you divide both sides by tan 48. Remember, tan 48 is just a number, and you should get r equals 10 over tan 48. Okay, so where I made a mistake is when I put this all back into the volume formula, I wrote 10 times tan 48 instead of 10 divided by tan 48, and that ended up with the wrong answer. So going back to volume here, I need 1/3 times pi times the radius squared. Now the radius is 10 over tangent of 48. That's going to come out to be kind of an ugly irrational number here. But I'm going to square it, and then I'm going to multiply all that by 10. So that's what I should have had, and right here I wrote 10 times the tangent of 48. So I still had the right idea in terms of using tangent and getting that ratio. I just wrote the wrong thing, which is, you know, going to give us a completely different answer, completely wrong answer. Right? So let's go ahead and you know, see what we get here. Now, I'd like to try this two different ways. So let's try it step by step. Let's start with 10 times the tangent of 48. Sorry, I did it again. We want 10 divided by the tangent of 48. Sorry, it's been a long day here. All right. Okay, so that's the number that goes right there. Okay. Now, we're going to square that number, right? We need to square it. So to the 2 power. Okay. And then we're going to take that, we're going to multiply it by 10, because that's the height. And we're also going to multiply it by pi. And we're going to multiply that by 1/3. Okay, so that's what we need to get. That's not the answer that I initially gave you in the video, and that was my fault for just kind of not paying close enough attention to what I wrote there. So I'm just double checking to make sure I got everything right here. Don't want to make the same mistake again. All right, yeah, so let's round that to the nearest hundredth. So volume equals 848.99. That's going to be cubic inches. Okay. Sorry about that, and I'm going to make a note of that so you don't, you know, pay attention to that one in the video. You can just kind of skip that and then look at this one. All right. Hope that helps. Sorry about the error.